This is Elbe Hills State Forest, located on the southeast end of Pierce County, between Elbe and Eatonville. Elbe Hills State Forest, with its extensive network of ATV trails and breathtaking views of Mount Rainier, is a popular destination for recreational bikers and tourists. The forest is also home to a herd of elk, and provides critical habitat for the endangered spotted owl and many other wildlife species. Elbe Hills State Forest is nestled in the foothills of Mount Rainier, in the western Cascade Lowlands, a unique ecoregion that, unlike most of Mount Rainier National Park, is characterized by its wet, mild climate, and highly productive forests. The Cascade Lowlands have been so heavily logged that there is almost no old growth or natural forest left. In Pierce County, most of the remaining natural or non-industrial forests in this unique lowland ecoregion are located in Elbe Hills State Forest. Elbe Hills State Forest has seen its share of logging as well. Over the past century, close to 85% of the state forest has been clear-cut. Most of those clear-cuts have been replanted with nursery-grown Douglas fir. This is what much of the state forest looks like today. These are not forests, but tree plantations, populated by evenly spaced Douglas fir. These plantations do not provide the kind of habitat that is required by the spotted owl and other sensitive species that are associated with mature, older forests. This makes it important to protect the native forests that still remain. About 20% of Elbe Hills State Forest, a total of close to 5,000 acres, are native or natural forests, what we call legacy forests. Most of these forests were selectively logged prior to World War II. Because these forests were allowed to grow back on their own, they retain genetic, biological, functional, and structural legacies of the natural and old-growth forests that once dominated western Washington. DNR inexplicably continues to target these last remaining forests for commercial harvest. The fur-to-timber sale, scheduled for auction on May 23, would clear-cut 50 acres of native forest near the lower end of Beaver Creek, a tributary to the Moshel River. This is not a tree plantation. The large trunks on these trees tend to be fire-resistant, and the large gaps between the trees can function as fire breaks and reduce the fire intensity and risk of catastrophic wildfires. Legacy forests often contain large standing dead trees. These dead trees, or snags, are hundreds of years old, and provide invaluable habitat for all kinds of birds and small mammals. You can imagine that there have been hundreds of little voles and maybe swifts and flickers, flying squirrels, and other creatures that have nested in the cavities of these snags over the years. It is time to reevaluate the way in which we manage our publicly owned state forest lands. Please join us in asking Pierce County to support a temporary moratorium on commercial logging of legacy forests while we work to explore other alternatives. There is no need to sacrifice these last remaining legacy forests. There is a better path forward, and it begins with you.